What's up, guys? It's Chicago Bears Insight with your host Ian, and today we'll be previewing the preseason Week 4 matchup between the Chicago Bears and the Cleveland Browns in the final preseason game of the NFL season for the 2014 season anyway, and then we'll be moving on to the regular season. Um, this game is both exciting, but it's going to be probably the most boring game of the preseason because this is a game that a lot of rookies, undrafteds, and first, second year players will be playing. And this is mainly just a battle for roster spots. There really isn't, there's no game planning involved. There's nothing really that's going to go down. It's to see who can perform the best and who can earn a roster spot on the 53. And I mean, this is still significant. This can determine depth for a lot of teams, like the Chicago Bears. They obviously need guys at corner and safety and linebacker to play well, so they have good depth there. They need Will Sutton and Ego Ferguson, excuse me, to play well, so they know that what they're getting in terms of their rookies up front. And they need. I'm not really sure who's playing in terms of higher draft picks. I definitely don't think Kyle Fuller's gonna be playing, mainly because he's injured still from his ankle injury, but he should be playing week 1 hopefully. Um, but I'm getting my names mixed up today. David Fales, the quarterback that the Bears drafted, will be playing the entire game. Um, so that's so you can see a lot of how he develops. He's gonna get probably, I would guess, 20 to 30 throws in the game. I would doubt he gets any more than 35. We want to definitely evaluate David Fales, so they're definitely going to give him a lot of throws, but I doubt they give him anywhere Drew Brees like where they give him 40 or 50. So I don't expect them to run the ball a whole lot. They didn't against Seattle, mainly because they wanted to evaluate Jay Cutler and a quarterback, so they didn't run the ball a whole lot. So I expect a lot of throwing from the Bears, and then hopefully the defense, at least the backups, can play well against the Cleveland backups. Johnny Manziel for the Cleveland Browns. I'm not sure how long he's supposed to play. I would think he's supposed to play the entire game. They do have Connor Shaw, who I think went undrafted out of South Carolina. I don't know if they play him. I doubt they would do because they want Johnny Manziel to play a whole lot. Now, luckily, because it is the Cleveland Browns and it is Johnny Manziel, the game will be aired on NFL Network at 5 o'clock my time, which would be 8 o'clock Eastern. So I'll be able to watch the game tonight and evaluate it that way, take notes again like I did for the Seattle game, which I really enjoyed, and so I can give you kind of a higher quality recap like I did last week, which I really enjoyed. I thought even though it ran long, it was still very high quality. It was higher quality than I was giving last time. So hopefully you guys enjoy that, and I'm able to give you continue to give you guys high quality. Now you may realize, or you may realize that this preview video is on the day of the game, and it's mainly because I was really busy yesterday and I couldn't record the audio mainly for this. I was able to get everything else set up, like the images and that, but I wasn't able to set down time to record the audio, which does take a little bit of time, although I'm not really sure how long I'm going to be doing this. I would expect this to be a little bit shorter because there's really isn't a whole lot to talk about. Oh, one thing though I can talk about is cuts, which I'm going to, while I discuss some other things, I'm going to pull that up on my iPad. But I do apologize for not being able to keep my word on keeping these preview videos the day before the game. It is definitely better to have these on the day before. I can't do them earlier, unfortunately, because if I do it earlier, then I may miss news. Like doing it the day before allows me to get the maximum amount of news I can get in before the game, essentially. But if I do it the day of the game, then that's a little too late. People probably they don't have time to see it, and it's just better to do it the day before rather than the day of. But I hopefully won't have this issue going forward. I'm hoping it's a rare case. But I'm gonna start. But getting back to the game. Like I said, it's mainly going to be second, third, and possibly fourth string guys playing. There aren't going to be a lot of guys. There going to be little to no starters playing unless starters are rookies, and teams feel like playing their starters. Like for example, Johnny Manziel could have been a starter had he separated himself, which he didn't. So he won't be starting. But maybe if he plays well against the Bears, like maybe he wins the game, throws for 3 touchdowns or something. Maybe then they change their mind or heavily consider it if Brian Hoyer doesn't play well. David Fales, in terms of the Bears, I'm not really sure what to expect with him. I'm hoping he plays like he did at San Jose State, where he can throw very accurately, he can make good decisions, and he can be decisive with the ball, which is why the Bears earlier this week, which is what I want to get into right now, is the Bears cut Jordan Palmer, so Jimmy Clausen has won the backup quarterback battle, and the Bears will be going forward with Jimmy Clausen, Jay Cutler, and David Fales, with David Fales most likely to be on the practice squad. I definitely think he could make the 53-man roster, but he may end up on the practice squad if they need an extra depth player. And I am struggling to find this article that I'm trying to find. It's where they keep all their cuts. Let's Google it. They also cut. I mentioned this last week, but it's worth mentioning again. The Bears cut Adrian Wilson, which, although isn't a big surprise to me. Well, it's a big surprise to me, but it's also not surprising at the same time. Mainly because, I'm really stumbling. I'm really sorry, but the Bears, they needed depth playmakers at safety spot. They haven't had a playmaker at safety since, I think his name was Mike Brown. I forget his name. I forget who the last safety was to even be really that great. I really liked Chris Harris, to be honest. I really enjoyed him in being in Chicago. I was really sad when he left, but we still have Chris Conti, Ryan Mundy. Ryan Mundy's injured, and so is Chris Conti. So, who starts at safety is up in the air still. I think Ryan Mundy's probably the surest guy to start. Who starts opposite him is still up in the air, really. So, we'll see. This is not what I want. But I'll read it off anyway, because I think this is relevant. So, I'm going to read off their cuts, and then we'll delve into that real quick. So, Bears, some of these will be repeats from the last recap video, or preview video, or whatever I did this in. So I'm going to go through these. The Bears have waived Michael Ford, running back, wide receiver Greg Hurd, wide receiver Coffee Hughes. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing right. I might botch some of these names. Offensive tackle Joe Long, cornerback Derrickis Purdy, and cornerback Peyton Thompson. Terminated the contracts of defensive tackle Nate Collins, guard center Dylan Gandy, safety Adrian Wilson, quarterback Jordan Palmer, kick returner, punt returner Darius Reynaud, and linebacker Jordan Sen. They have also terminated the contract of Craig Steltz and waived guard James Brown and cornerback Isaiah Fry. I believe that's all of them. Yes, that is all of them. Now they're down to 75 players. And a few that surprised me, the biggest one, other than Adrian Wilson a little bit, is Isaiah Fry. Now, Isaiah Fry was a guy last year who played in the nickel for a few every once in a while, and I think actually I'm lying. I think he started at nickel, and he played all 16 games. And the Bears were really high on him, but hamstring injuries prevented his progress from him developing properly, and we needed guys to step up, and he couldn't do it at the time, and so I guess that's what led to his release or being waived. And it's really sad because he was one of those guys that I was hoping would make the team again and be a depth player, because I thought he played well despite not being a very popular player, but it is bad, or it is sad, I should say, that he got waived, and I hope he finds a team. I hope maybe he comes back, maybe he gets on a practice squad, but maybe he does get signed again. Now, getting back to the game a little bit, I'm getting off subject a lot, mainly because the game isn't of too much significance other than roster spots are at stake for most guys. So if you see me getting off track a lot, it's probably because there isn't a whole lot to talk about the game. So, but getting back to the game, one of the big things I'm hoping for is for guys on defense to step up. We need guys on defense to really solidify the roster spots. I think Brock Vereen, despite being kind of a higher draft pick and possible starter, I think he'll play because the Bears are still evaluating him and they need guys at safety to play. And I would really like it if we could get a playmaker in the secondary, because that's really where we're starting to have a lot of troubles, because we're fairly young at linebacker besides Lance Briggs and possibly DJ Williams if you want to count him. I don't really count him because I don't think he'll start. He's kind of a co-star between John Bostic and DJ Williams, so I wouldn't really say he's a star, DJ Williams, because he'll come out in nickel situations. But corner, despite having Peanut and Tim Jennings, we're really old at corner, and we really need to get younger. Kyle Fuller is a step in the right direction, and in a couple of years, he'll probably be a starting outside corner for us if he pans out anyway. But the Bears, in my opinion, over the next couple of years or even next year, need to focus on corner and really need to get playmakers at corner so that we can get younger at that position and hopefully get the same production out of Tim Jennings, or get the same production that we would have gotten out of Tim Jennings and Peanut. So, in case you're not sure who Peanut is Charles Tillman. Should have made that clear. But I'm probably be watching the game. In terms of a recap video, I'll probably try to get it out tomorrow. There really, like I said, there isn't a whole lot to really watch for other than standouts and see who gets a roster spot. Obviously the 53-man roster. Now I might do a preview video. I might do a separate video for the cuts. A very short video just to tell you guys who the roster is. When they announce who their 53-man roster is, I might do a separate short video to discuss their roster and who will be going to play on day one, and then I'll be doing a preview video for the Buffalo Bills and of course a recap and so forth throughout the season. So expect that. But I'm actually gonna wrap it up because I'm getting off track a whole lot and there's just not a lot to talk about in terms of this game. And definitely a recap video will be more informative than this. So look out for the recap video after the game. So in a couple days or a few days. Now I wanna warn you guys. I'll of course reiterate it come game time when this time happens. But in a couple weeks, I will be flying out to Michigan to visit family, and so I might not be able to do videos. I'll bring my computer and do that. It's not too complicated. I should probably be able to do it, but I don't know. I don't know if I'll have time to do it. So if I miss a week or something, then I might. That would be why. I'll of course reiterate this come that time, but I thought I'd just get it out of the way. Maybe mention it in a couple more videos. So. But that's going to wrap it up, guys. Check out my Twitter on Shy Bears Insights, and where you can get your breaking Chicago Bears and NFL news. And I will see you guys for the recap video for the preseason Week 4 matchup between the Chicago Bears and the Cleveland Browns. Get excited, guys. This is the last preseason game, and then we move on to the regular season where we can finally see games that matter. And I'm really excited. I hope you guys are too. So I'll see you guys later. Have a great day.